Hey viewers, this is Tuba. We are going to discuss this specific PMP scenario in this video. Let me quickly call it out. It's a long one. Please bear with me, and then we will discuss the option choices. In the midst of a software development project, the project manager notices that the software's features are not aligning with the client requirements. The misalignment has caused the project schedule to slip, moving the SPI from 1.05 to 0.85 and the CPI from 1.2 to 0.95. What is the most effective course of action for the project manager to ensure that the project meets its deadlines and the quality requirements in future phases? A. Implement a code review process to identify and address defects before they progress to the testing phase. B. Enhance communication with the stakeholders to define project requirement and expectations. C. Introduce automated testing tools to increase the efficiency and coverage of bug detection. And D. Revisit and adjust the project scope to better align with the current project realities and client needs. So this is like a classic use case that happens in every other project. So they are talking about a problem. They are talking about its impact and after effects. And they're asking you to come up with the most viable solution that may work in the future phases of the project, so that at least the same or similar problem would not repeat in the future phases of the project, right? What's the problem? The problem is that the client requirements are not being fulfilled. So the features that the team is producing, those are not aligning with the client's requirement. This is our problem. What is the impact? The impact is severe actually, because the impact is both on schedule and budget of the project. So the schedule that used to be at the, it was maintained at a safer side of 1.05 SPI, now has been dropped to 0.85. The CPI or the cost performance that used to maintain at 1.2, which is like at a it's more than expected, more than the expectation, now has dropped to 0.95. So definitely for the organization, for the project team, for the project manager, this is a big problem, because neither the scope nor the schedule and the cost areas are well maintained. And they are asking the project manager to come up with a course of action so that the future phases of the project could be better taken care of. So one thing that we are sure of is eventually the quality of the project is compromised. We are aware of this because quality is driven by the proper management of scope, requirements, budget, schedule, everything. So if a project is deviated on all the major areas of project management, then automatically the quality is compromised and the customer is unhappy, which is the case in this scenario. Now, let's check the option choices, and in alignment to that, we are going to choose the most appropriate course of action. A. Implement a code review process to identify and address defects before they progress to the testing phase. C. A and C, I am going to eliminate. Why? Because both talk about the verification, testing, the check and balance kind of techniques and tactics. So you would say that, but you just have said that this is the quality related problem eventually. So why would we not proceed to something related to quality? Because this is a matter which is directly, not directly, indirectly impacting quality, but directly the root cause is not quality. See, we go with the more appropriate tools for quality in the case when the matter is not related to requirements or scope. The matter is related to the verification or the validation. In that case, setting up a code review or test-driven development, or maybe peer review, or anything which probably would help in the betterment of quality aspect of the project, where the requirements are well defined, well articulated. Customer is very happy about how they have presented and documented the scope, and they expect you to come up with the features accordingly. In that case, you would need the proper quality tools. In this scenario, the customer is not happy with the alignment of features and the stated requirements, right? So this is a matter of requirement collection and elicitation. That area actually has not been properly taken care of. So even if you are going to implement a code review process to address the defect before they progress to the testing phase and later on to the validation phase, or if you go with any automated testing tool like Jenkins or any other thing to improve the efficiency, superficially that may solve the problem, but not from the root of it, right? Because this is not the reason why this problem is here. Even with this implementation of new automated tool or code review process or any other thing, the problem may resurface, right? Because we are not getting to the right cause with option A and C. So A and C are out. Now B and D. B and D both talks about dealing with the scope and requirement and the customer aspect of that in the right way. See, the clear reason why this problem has occurred is that the team, the project manager, or in case this project is proceeded with the agile or hybrid mindset, in that case, the product owner or the development team as well, they have not understood the client side requirements, the expected. This is the problem. And we need to come up with the right reasons for that. Probably the required number of sessions have not been done. The chosen elicitation mechanism of requirement was not appropriate, or maybe a mix of different techniques were needed and only probably like a couple of sessions have been done with a customer. The cause could be any. This is exactly what needs to be done. The root cause analysis via cause and effect diagram probably is required at this point. And with the understanding of the actual cause based on the mapping of the available data and trends and the customer feedback, the team and the project manager would get to understand that this is the reason why the features, the deliverables are not aligned with the customer requirements. Okay? So we need to go with that option. Option B, enhance communication with stakeholders to define project requirements and expectations. This is a very appropriate option to go with, because this is exactly what I have just explained, that if you enhance your communication, your interaction, the mode of communication could be any. It could be email, it could be meetings, it could be workshops, it could be groups, focus groups, questionnaire service, whatever works. Like I said, it could be a group of elicitation mechanism. Whatever works for the customer and for you. Collectively, you need to come up with that mode so that more elaborated requirements and the prioritized requirements would be gathered. So B option is actually talking about that if you enhance your communication with the stakeholders as a project manager and the project team, then automatically this problem would be sorted, and automatically the consequences of that, which over here is like the drop of SPI and CPI, would be back on track. We need to check option B as well. Maybe D is even better than. So D is saying revisit and adjust the project scope to better align with the current project realities and clients. Maybe some of you would say that why not B? Because D is also talking about revisiting the project scope, adjusting it as per the customer's expectation, and then moving forward so that the project expectations and client needs are fulfilled. I don't say that this is a bad choice. This is also a good choice. And when we posted this question on our regular Friday post, we received like a 30% inclination for option B and a 46% inclination for option B. So it's between B and D clearly. Now, why not D? D is not a better option for the reason that as a project manager, if you directly go revisit and adjust the project scope, then where is the concept of collaboration? Where is the concept of multiple perspectives and that holistic view of project management? That's the first aspect. You alone as a project manager can't just adjust the project scope. That's the first aspect. The second aspect is that without change control process, in case of predictive and hybrid, there is a formalized change control process. I'm not going into the details, but we know that there's a formalized change control process, and that process has to be followed to maintain the integrated view of project management. So that process would be initiated. You as a project manager are not going to just start the process and adjust it and proceed with the project with the expectations. Right? So that process is missing. And even if it is an agile project, in that case as well, there is a process for change management. The project manager discusses the scope requirements, the gaps in requirement with the product owner, the team, and of course, the product owner is going to align that, adjust the releases with the alignment of the team and the stakeholders, and then they proceed with the revised expectations. So there is a process for that. Project manager alone can't just revisit and adjust it. So on that ground, on the ground of missing out the collaborative element in option D, D is not the best thing to go for. B is the best thing to go for, right? I hope you like this explanation. We will be back very soon with a new PMP scenario explanation. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you get to know about the useful content we keep on posting on our channel every day. I will see you then. Take care.